Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. The AR-15 by design has a free floating firing pin. So when you chamber a round up, the firing pin will move forward and hit the primer, leaving a little dimple. Let me show you here. So we've chambered a round up. The firing pin is free floating, so it's free to slam into the primer. Leave a little bitty divot right there in the middle of the primer. Now, it was really windy here yesterday. We had some storms move through, so I was reading up on some of the forums on the internet, and there are guys that actually debate whether if you reload the same round, let's say at the end of the day, you come home, unload your rifle, you didn't shoot, you put that round right back in the top of the magazine. If you reload that same round over and over and over, that it'll eventually cause that round to fire. And then there are others that say that constant pecking at the primer will cause the primer to go dead, and you'll have a dead round when you need it most. So there are a lot of people out there that rotate their ammo. I rotate my ammo, especially in my pistols, but that's for a different reason. That's due to bullet setback. I rotate my ammo because I've always been told to do that, but today I've got nothing else going on, so I thought I'd do a video on this. We're going to load or chamber and rechamber the same round 100 times and see if it'll discharge. Or at the end of that, if it makes it through the 100 times, we'll fire it and see if the primer went dead or not. Just kind of curious for myself more than anything. Now I'm going to set this round to the side so that if this round does make it through 100 chamberings, we'll compare and see what the difference is in that divot, if any difference at all. So let me get started here. I don't know why I was putting my magazine off to the side. We'll lock the bolt back. We'll start with the bolt locked back each time. All right, so that's that first round. You can see we've got our divot started there. So there's one. Put it back in the top of the magazine. Go to lock back. Two. And I do have my eye protection and my earplugs in, just in case it were to discharge. Three. All right. Now I'm gonna try to do this without doing any cutting, but I am gonna speed this up so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this same motion for 100 times. So that was 3. We'll go ahead and speed up now. 50. All right. After 50 rechamberings, the divot does not seem to be changing. It may be just this is the one that's been chambered one time. This one's been chambered 50 times. The divot is just slightly more pronounced. The bullet is getting kind of chewed up going in and out of the chamber compared to the one that's only been chambered once. So let's keep going. I'm gonna make it all the way to 100 with this. $51. $52. The gun is in the fire position. The safety is in the fire position. I didn't want the safety being on and kind of clouding up my work here. So the safety actually doesn't have any effect on the firing pin sliding back and forth. But I knew that somebody might say, well, the gun can't fire on safe anyway, which I just took that out of the equation by leaving it on fire. So that's where we're at with that. $75. $76. All right. So get these earplugs out. Made it to 76 cycles of rechambering, and that last time it drove my bullet back into the case. Now that would be very dangerous to fire. If I had loaded that 76th time and not realized that it set the bullet back and then proceeded to fire this round, you know, there'd definitely be some pressure troubles. So the primer didn't end up being a problem, even though that dimple is definitely more pronounced now on the one that's been chambered 76 times than it is on the one that's been chambered once. So this is by no means scientific. This was with the Perfecta 223 55 grain FMJ. Different companies use different primers. I'm aware of that. Different firing pins may weigh slightly different from one another. Just there's a lot of variables. This is not meant to be a be all end all type of video, just a little experiment that I wanted to do. That bullet was getting really chewed up from being chambered so much, and I think it finally got rough enough that it caught and caused that setback like that. But neat little experiment. I did hit my hand on the table a time or two and brought some blood there. But a neat little experiment. I'm glad I done it. I rotate my ammo. I don't know about you guys. You guys can let me know in the comments if you rotate your ammo or not. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I would reload the same round that many times anyway. But like I say, it was just a neat little experiment to try. That's really all I got today. I'll talk with you guys again soon.